guys, and welcome to a brand new update video here on my channel. In today's update video, we're going to talk about something that's been ongoing for a while, and it's the construction at the Baroness's racetrack. Now, SSO finally decided to do something about that because today we got the update for the Baroness's racetrack, and they linked an entire questline to it, so we're going to play through the questline and also transform this racetrack. So if you're interested in this new questline and an area update, make sure you keep on watching, and then now without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. So as soon as you log on to the game, over here on the left side of your screen, you will receive a text message. If you do not have this text message, that may mean that you do not have completed the 3 quests that you need to have completed before you can start this quest line. Firstly, you must have completed the quest in which you deliver a sea map for Major Claus to Captain Bruss in Golden Hills Valley. Then the second one is meeting Rania in Fairgrove Woods for the first time, and the third one is bringing a bulldozer to the racetrack to pull a horse trailer, which are all quests that you do quite early on in the game. If you have done all these quests but the text message still isn't appearing, I suggest you contact Star Stable because it should be. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and click on this text message from Linda. She says, "You won't believe what the Baroness is up to." It's me, Linda. You have to come here. I need you for moral support. I'll explain more in person. Ride to Silverglade Manor and talk to Linda. Well, luckily I'm already here, so I only have to enter the library. Oh no, hold up. She's right over here. Well, that's a change. And then Linda says, "Thank Aideen you're here. Just in time for the madness to begin. The Baroness is at it again." No, she's not locking anyone in Silverglade Castle. That was all a misunderstanding. We're good now. It's something even worse. Just listen, she'll tell you soon enough. Learn about the Baroness's grand plan. Okay, Linda, you've brought along a companion? Splendid! You are very welcome, Izabella. I have the most wonderful news to share with you and with all of Jorvik. After much anticipation, I'm announcing my annual awareness campaign for my unfinished racetrack. I do so hope the community can gather together to help complete the track once and for all. Of course, I could call in GED, but you know what kind of job they'd make of it. No, these things are in much better hands with the good-hearted citizens of the island, I think. How many years have you been campaigning for this now? Why, that would be 10 and counting, Linda, and with each year, the public interest grows stronger, I tell you. What do we have planned this year, ma'am? I do so enjoy our yearly ventures around the island. Well, Godfrey, this year I thought we ought to make our endeavors to the capital. Yes, we shall go to Jorvik City and speak to the fine folk there about why the completion of the racetrack is so important. Jorvik City? Yeah, because they really care about horses there. Did you say something, Linda? You'll have to speak up. My hearing isn't what it used to be. Oh, nothing. I'm just looking forward to what you have in store. Indeed. Well, it's about time we leave for Jorvik City now. Godfrey, shall we prepare to depart? Yes, ma'am. I'll get the automobile ready. Linda, Izabella, feel free to join us. It would be wonderful to have you both there. Okay, so that is this first conversation bit. I assume we have to go to Fort Pinta, take the trailer, go to Jorvik City, all that kind of stuff. So I'm also assuming there's going to be a lot of unnecessary conversation here. I just want to build this racetrack. Like, come on. Why do I have to go to Jorvik City? But at the same time, maybe this has some interesting lore in store for us, so we're just going to go ahead and go to Fort Pinta. Okay, so I just went to Jorvik City, and I'm just going to summarize this because I don't feel like this is adding anything to this quest line. But basically, the Baroness was right over here giving a speech. Nobody was listening, and Linda wants to take matters into her own hands. So we're going to go ahead and run all over Jorvik, talking to people about rebuilding this racetrack, because apparently nobody wants to help the Baroness. She's been on it for years, so we're going to do it for her. Now Linda is going to hit up the Purple Pony, and we're going to go back to Silverglade Manor because we are supposed to meet her there, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on the text message very quickly so I can start this quest. There we go. So right now in this conversation, Linda is trying to convince the Baroness to let us do the dirty work for her and find people who want to build this racetrack and do all the organization stuff for her. So I'm really hoping this is going to go down well. And then she says, "I love the idea. I would be more than happy to support you as you go forth on this." So that is awesome. Now what we need to do is recruit some people from all over Jorvik. So let's go ahead and see who is on our list. I really am sorry for skipping over certain parts and not reading the full conversation because I know some of you guys like it when I do this whole voice acting thing, which is something I really enjoy doing enjoying myself as well. It's just that I don't want to make these videos too long so it doesn't get too boring to watch, because in the end, Star Stable's quest lines nowadays are pretty much only conversation, especially considering this is a kid's game. There's just too much text, there's too many conversations, and I feel like it's just not that interesting if I add in every single bit of conversation. I like to just, summarize the conversation bit and show you the interactive parts, which is what I'm personally most interested in. And I mean, I guess running all over Jorvik to find these people and click on them to get more conversation is something interactive, but it's still not really adding to the value of this quest line in my personal opinion. Might I add that this is an opinion I've had of Star Stable for a long time. I love quest lines, but I like it when they're straight to the point and interactive, not like stretched out with a bunch of conversation so that the playtime is longer, because let's be honest, it does not make the quest any better. And I have to say, I used to be someone who loved reading. I loved reading, but I miss the good old days in Star Stable where you still had to read the quest lines to understand the quests, which nowadays you don't even have to do that, so it makes the conversation even more pointless. But also the fact that every single time you started a new quest line, you had something to do, and it was not just running across Jorvik to talk to people, it was actually finding packages, building stuff, and so much more. And I guess I just missed the good old days of Star Stable. Anyways, as you can see, I completed both of the quests, so hopefully now that we've collected some people to help us with the construction work, we can now start with the actual building of the racetrack. So let's go ahead and go there and see what we still need to work on, because I bet it's a ton. Hi everyone! Wow, this is quite the crowd. First off, thank you all for coming. This means a lot, not only to the Baroness, but to everyone on Jorvik. As we all know, the Baroness's racetrack has been left in this state for quite some time. Of course, you can ride around now, but how awesome would it be if we all banded together and made it even more awesome? With a little bit of effort and a lot of teamwork, I'm certain we can make this racetrack into something we can all be proud of. Great, let's rest up today and get ready for the big day tomorrow. Everybody, let's meet here early tomorrow morning. And then there's a day blocker, I assume, or is there not a day blocker? There is a day blocker. Now, luckily, I have a ton of star coins, so I'm going to go ahead and ride back to Silverglade Manor for a second to skip time for a bit, because I want to complete this quest line today, y'all. Okay, you guys, look at this. This is the next day, and this is what the racetrack looks like right now. It looks so good. It's just a bit confusing that we didn't really have to do anything. The racetrack has really come together. Look at the picket fence lining the racetrack. Isn't it beautiful? Bjorn and Agnetha did such a great job with the landscaping. The grandstand is completed thanks to the effort of the Jorvik Rangers. All the friends Josh brought in are super handy. This applied timber from Mistfall and elbow grease from Wildwoods. And look how nice the stables look now. Meteor even got a stall of his own while we're working. He's happy as can be with his hay net. All in all, I think it's really coming together. Garnock may work hard, but your Norwegians with a motive work harder. Wait a minute, what's he doing here? Oh my god, not Mr. Campbell. Seems like this quest actually might be going somewhere. I like drama, so let's go ahead and find out what it is. Ha, so the farmers and equestrians got to work like ants. Maybe I should hire some to come work for me, though I don't really like my workers to have autonomy. You're playing with fire here. Just know your attempts to bring the racetrack to life are futile. This lowly excuse for a racetrack sits on the border of the GED-sanctioned land. All it takes for you to go over that line by a blade of grass and we can claim ownership of everything. It's only a matter of time before the land falls into the hands of the GED, and then I can do something great with it. A swimming pool here, a golf course there, and not a single horse pasture in sight. We'll see how long this charade lasts. I'll be back to gloat some more. Okay, Mr. Campbell, you came to ruin the mood once again, and suddenly Linda has another quest, and apparently we have to pick up a package at Golden Hills? Apparently there's a package for the Baroness waiting by the docks at Cape West. She says she didn't order anything, so it's probably a present? Maybe it has something to do with the building of this racetrack. Either way, we need someone to go down there and pick it up. It probably isn't too big. I'm sure Dusk could carry it just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Cape West Fishing Village, pick up this package, and then normally we should be done with the racetrack. Now, it appears that the present was a container. Well, luckily we had one of the rangers come over with their car, and they're bringing this container on top of their car back to the racetrack. So all we have to do is take the trailer, or should I say boat, back to the racetrack, and then, you know, we can finish up this quest line. Okay, we've completed the main quest line for the racetrack. There are some other characters around with some more quests for us, but first, this is the present that was left for the Baroness. Look at how pretty this is. Now let's go ahead and look at these side quests, because I'm actually kind of curious as to what those are all about. So let's go ahead and talk to Rania first. Now Rania wanted us to inspect buildings around the area, and after I inspected every single building, she opened up the vet for me, a horse trainer, and also a horse stylist, which we definitely need more of because we don't have enough horse stylists on this island. I was almost going to say planet, but it's an island. The next character we're going to talk to is Thalia, and for Thalia and Mel as well, we had to pick up some packages around Silverglade Village, and after picking up every single package, the people who own the shops near the racetrack were able to open up with their newfound stock. And then the last person we talked to was Rowan Alloway, and he asked us to help the Rangers move the remnants of the old racetrack, which is what we did afterwards. We then went ahead and marked all of the remnants, talked to Linda, and after talking to Linda, every single one of them was gone. Let me check my list to see what's next. It's empty. Wait, that means we're done. We did it. Now the last bit of this quest line is just the Baroness giving a final speech, which is basically a thank you to everyone who helped building the racetrack back up, and at the end we also get a reward. And obviously to get this reward, we get to run the Baroness's racetrack, the updated version, for the very first time in history. So let's go ahead and do this racetrack. Now I do have to say it's 2 laps around the racetrack, and also they removed all the jumps and all the challenging bits and parts from the racetrack, which is kind of disappointing. However, they've hinted at adding a show jumping track, etc., in the future, so hopefully we get more challenging versions of this derby race in the future. Now let's go back to the Baroness and collect our reward, and then I think we're done here for today. Hello everyone, I am here to collect my ribbon. Thank you very much, Baroness. Oh my goodness, there's another quest. Oh my, it's him again. Well, he did tell us he would stop by later, so I guess here he is. Okay, so you know how Campbell came over a little earlier on in the quest line, telling us that if we went 1 inch over the border between our land and GED's land, he could claim this racetrack as his own. Now he is claiming that we did go overboard and he can now claim this land, blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, there was Mrs. Drake, and Mrs. Drake did a total 180 on the Norwegian people. She says that she appreciates the sport, blah blah blah. She says that she was the one who donated this statue over here to the Baroness to honor her racing times from back in the day. And you know who owns GED? Mr. Sandman. By the way, before you run to the comments, I know his name is Mr. Sands. I just like calling him Mr. Sandman. It's just part of my terrible humor, who's also involved with Garnock. So yes, Linda, this is definitely fishier than Cape West, and I really wonder what SSO means with this little cliffhanger, because I'm assuming this is a teaser towards a quest line in the future, and I think it's good for Star Stable to leave this quest with a cliffhanger. It makes people more excited for an upcoming quest line, and I'm very curious to see what Mr. Sandman got into his head this time around. And that, you guys, was everything for today's new video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Also, if you would like to see more of my content, all you have to do is subscribe down below, as well as turn on those notifications to all to make sure you'll never miss out on anything I post. And I really hope you'll have an amazing rest of your week. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you again next week on Wednesday with a brand new update video on the brand new Equestrian Festival. See you next week. Bye guys!